Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. Today is part one of a two-part series here on my channel. I have all of the new Kringle fall fragrances to share with you guys. I am a Kringle ambassador, so we are able to order these prior to the release so that we can get them and sort of, I don't know, share our thoughts with you guys. So I have all 8 of the brand new Kringle soy candles, these guys right here. And I also have all 8 of the country candles to share with you guys. Tomorrow we will do the country. Today we will focus on the Kringle soy candles. These are all in the large 2-wick soy formula here today. This is definitely my favorite formula from Kringle for sure. And Kringle is also in the process of updating their 3-wick candles from the soy blend to they're just gonna be soy going forward, which is amazing. The soy blend always tended to get a little bit sooty on me, but these new soy 3-wicks that I tested were flawless, like just so much better. Very excited for those to start being a thing, because for me, I think that the 3-wick candle format would be like the most ideal from Kringle. We're going to get more surface area. The size is very similar to, do I have any in the background? Yeah. Can you see that Bath & Body Works 3-wick on that table there? They're basically the exact same glass style of jar as the Bath & Body Works 3-wick candles. So I don't know when those are going to be, when those are going to start rolling out as like a regularly available thing. I do know that they are still trying to perfect all of the fragrances, trying to make sure they have the right wicks with the right oils, that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed, hopefully we start seeing those soon. But anyway, I'm really excited about a lot of these Kringle candles, especially because they did come out with some delicious gourmand options. And I love gourmand candles. And I have always kind of said, I feel like that's the area where Kringle is still lacking just a little bit, is they do a lot of really beautiful florals. They do amazing fresh scents. They do like really great unique fragrances, right? During the holidays, like there's just so many beautiful options available. But the gourmand, I feel like, is where Kringle is, they're not as strong. So I'm happy to see some gourmand candles coming for the fall. And I am most excited to share those with you guys. So let's get into it without further ado. It's already been 3 minutes. All right, I have my descriptions here, so we're just gonna start reading through these. I'm gonna give you guys some first impressions. I will start burning these as soon as possible. I'm gonna start with the ones that smell sort of the most neutral. I'm a very seasonal burner, so it's very difficult for me to burn like a full-on pumpkin scent in the middle of July, but I will try to get through these just as quickly as possible so that by the time that you guys are probably ready to order your fall fragrances, you know, like end of August into September, hopefully all these reviews will be ready to go by then. So, all right, we're starting with Morning Cartoons, which this one I could actually see myself burning year round. This one is so delicious. And I swear there is like an almond note in here, but it's not listed in the fragrance notes at all. But man, this one is delicious, you guys. And this is one that I can easily burn this summer and can just totally rock during the month of July. So inspired by our inner child, Morning Cartoons will transform you back to early mornings, slurping up the fruity milk left at the bottom of your cereal bowl. Your scent notes are as follows. So your top notes are brown sugar, toasted waffles, and cinnamon. Toasted waffles is the predominant note that stands out to me, by the way. As soon as I opened this, I thought, yeah, like waffles, totally a thing here. But also waffles, I swear, with some almond extract in there. That is what I smell. You cannot tell me that it's not in there. Your mid notes are pumpkin spice, maple syrup, and creamy butter. Let me just reassure those of you who are not normally maple people like me, like if there's two things that I am very particular about, well, there's a lot of things I'm particular. Okay. Maple syrup and caramel, like, are two, like, gourmand foodie type scents that I really kind of struggle with, because if there's too much of either one of those, it's gross to me. It's too sweet. It's like, ugh, it just makes you like go, nah, I don't like this. It's too much. It's too much. So this is not too much maple. I can do this level of maple. This is maple done right. Your base notes here are warm woods accord and amber vanilla accord. Gorgeous. Just beautiful. Even that little touch of amber in there, like, this is still very much like a food predominant type of fragrance, but you can smell that amber, and it's almost like it makes it smell even warmer. Like, it warms up the fragrance even more. This is beautiful, you guys. Just, if you like foodie scents, get it. But do I think it smells anything like the picture? No. These look like Fruit Loops. I don't smell Fruit Loops. So don't look at this and think, oh yay, a Fruit Loop candle, because that is not what you are getting. You're getting something amazingly delicious, but it's not Fruit Loops. So just know that, okay? Next, oh, you guys, I love this one. It's a tie between this one and another one that we'll get to, but Sugar Pumpkins. The labels, by the way, are so pretty. I really hope that this amazing new camera here is picking up all of the details. But basically, these look like paintings on canvas. It's not actually textured, but like, can you see the texture on the pumpkin? Like those, this looks like just canvas, like hash marks. They're so pretty. This is such a simple picture, but it speaks to me. It's beautiful. All right, so Sugar Pumpkins. Our quintessential pumpkin fragrance has arrived. Sugar Pumpkins is pumpkin forward with warm notes of brown sugar, cinnamon, clove, and vanilla. Yes. Come to mama. That is so good. Okay, your top notes. Pumpkin accord, cinnamon, and orange. There is absolutely a noticeable, like, citrusy orange in here, but it's light, and it's like the perfect amount. Mid notes, brown butter and clove leaf. So good. Baked vanilla, sweet cream, and sandalwood are your base notes. It has all of, like, the classic, like, things that scream fall, but done in such a pretty, soft, gourmand, delicious way. This is very creamy. The clove that's in here is not a sharp clove at all. It's like a very muted, but very, like, it's an effective clove. You know it's clove in there, but it doesn't smack you in the face, right? This is just pleasant. Like, so seasonal. This one, the pumpkin really does stand out in here, and this is one that is going to be hard for me to burn out of the fall season, but I'm going to do it. And I'll freaking buy a backup because that smells good. All right, where is the other? Oh, here it is, yes. Come on out, little friend. So this picture reminds me of my mom from the 90s. I don't know why, but I feel like every mom had maybe, what is that wallpaper, like that accent wallpaper that goes like at the top of the room? Do you get like a border, a wallpaper border, right? Like, how many 90s, how many had moms in the 90s that had a wallpaper border very similar to this? Like this type of stylized fruit. Yeah, and I love it. It's gourds. This is all gourds. Well, gourds, some grapes, a random apple. Just so pretty. I love this label. I'm here for it. All right, let's talk. This one is powerful. On cold sniff, this one, it just kind of smacks me in the face. Not in a bad way, in the delicious way. And it's called Gourdgeous. Gorgeous. Get it? Because they're gourds. Gorgeous. You are, wait. Words. I can read, I promise. Are you a PSL lover? Gourdgeous is our elevated version of this fall staple drink. Pumpkin spice latte. Boasting notes of pumpkin, cinnamon, vanilla, enhanced with hints of citrus. Boy, they have a thing for the citrus notes this fall. All right, top notes, pumpkin spice and citrus. Your mid notes are pumpkin, cinnamon, and nut. There's a definite nuttiness in this for sure. And your base notes are spice and vanilla. So this, and I don't mean this in like a bad way at all, but this could be considered, I feel like, a very generic creamy pumpkin scent. I don't think this smells like it doesn't smell like a PSL, doesn't smell like a pumpkin spice latte, but it's a very creamy, sweet pumpkin with a good amount of cinnamon, but a really nice, not a sharp cinnamon note. Creamy, buttery. Like, those are the words that pop into my mind. This has and it's just very, very classic. Like, the pumpkin note that's in here, I feel like I have smelled like 100 times, like, in other candles. But, like, it's that nice pumpkin that just, it screams fall. That's what it does. And I love this. I cannot wait to burn this. It's so good. It's powerful. It's really powerful. Okay, we've done this, and this. Let's do something different. Let's do Amber Road, which is not, sorry, Amber Wood. I just made that up. It's not Amber, it's wood, not road. This has a picture of a beautiful, like, bridge at what could be dusk, perhaps dusk. Such a pretty label. Such a unique, cozy amber. I think that's beautiful. Smoldering smoky embers. Yes, there is definitely like a smokiness to this. Sweet vanilla, rich bourbon combine to create this sophisticated fall fragrance with You guys, I think I'm becoming like farsighted now too. This is so bad. Oh, can I make it bigger? Oh, I can make it bigger. Burp. Never mind. It's smooth sailing from here on out, guys. Okay, let's read this again. Smoldering smoky embers, sweet vanilla, and rich bourbon combine to create the sophisticated fall fragrance handcrafted for outdoor adventurers who likes to adventure in the outdoors. Not me. Your top notes are bourbon and spiced vanilla. Your mid notes are wood smoke, spice, and oak. Your base notes are birch, amber, and bourbon. When I was trying to think of other fragrances that smell somewhat similar to this, what popped into my head was vanilla cedarwood from back in the day, the vanilla birch from Bath and Body Works, peppered plum, like that kind of vibe, you know? I'm not saying this is a dupe of any of those, but like that type of fragrance. You can really get that like smoky ember note. That's one of the first things that you can really pick up on this. But the amber is like not far behind that. And this is a really nice amber. It's very sophisticated smelling. This is like, I don't know, sophisticated man who has like an over the top, like $5 million log cabin mansion on a mountain. Yeah. That's what that smells like. If I were that type of man, that is the kind of candle that I would have burning. What's next? Velo. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is very interesting. I don't personally like this one. I'm still going to burn it. I'll still review it. But this, to me, nothing about this screams fall or really any season. It's a very interesting fragrance. I think some of you will really like this one. If you typically like very conceptual fragrances, this one's for you. So Velo. Hold on, now I have to make it big so I can read. Touring the city of love on a bike, this unique fragrance is a tour de force of sandalwood and patchouli infused with leather accord, spice softened by warm amber and musk. Here's your notes, top notes. Leather accord, sandalwood, and lemon zest. Your mid notes are rose petals, freesia, and nutmeg. That's right, I said nutmeg. Your base notes are amber, cedarwood, patchouli, and musk. So I have a thing about patchouli. So when I was in high school, in the 90s in Olympia, Washington. Like when we would go to like downtown Olympia, like it just smelled like patchouli. Just the 90s was like, it was like just a lot of patchouli in Olympia. And so I became very accustomed to the different types of patchouli. This one smells like the true dirty hippie patchouli. Like this is what I imagined Woodstock smelled like, is just the patchouli that's in here. So it is heavier patchouli. This also has a lot of spice to it. It kind of has the same type of like spice that the very original like Old Spice cologne has. This does smell, and I know you're not supposed to use perfumey or cologne anymore, but for me, I haven't found the right replacement words yet, so please bear with me. But like, I still think of this as more of like a traditionally like masculine type of fragrance, but then mixed with dirty hippie patchouli. Yeah, it's also strong on the amber and the leather. Leather to me automatically always kind of smells a little bit dirty, and I do get like that dirt, earthy, like just manly mahogany and leather type of vibe. That's what I get from this. I don't know, maybe this is like your jam. I would suggest getting it in a smaller format first, before maybe committing to like the whole shebang like I did, because that is it is strong. All right, let's do Rail Bridge. We are nearing the end. We have 2 more after this. Okay. Rail Bridge. A fresh masculine fall fragrance starts with bergamot and orange peel and blends softly with exotic woody notes to complete this complex blend. They did some nice gourmand, but I feel like they also had some like manly man vibes that they were working on. There's a lot of like more like traditionally masculine scents in this particular lineup, I feel like. Your top notes are bergamot and orange. Your mid notes are black peppercorn, apple, and floral. And your base is amberwood, patchouli, and musk. Someone loves them some patchouli. But you know what? This smells fresher. The bergamot that's in here really makes this a much brighter type of masculine scent for sure. This is like the type of like cologne that Craig really likes to wear. It's that fresh, clean, that hint of citrus, just very much brighter. It's a much brighter masculine scent. But I could see a lot more mass appeal to this one than I could for maybe Velo. So I think this one's worth checking out. Even if you don't normally like scents like this, I would suggest picking this one up in the daylight just to be able to smell it, because I do think that even if it's not normally your jam, you might actually like this one. I actually like this one. Is it one that I would need like 8 of as backups? No, absolutely not. But I think it's kind of, it is nice, and it is fun to try new things from time to time. So I would suggest like maybe stepping out of your like comfort zone a little bit. Sorry, they pack these really well. I have yet to receive a broken candle from Kringle. So as many as they stuff in these boxes, like none of them have yet to break. Okay, I love the label on this one. This just screams like New England in the fall to me. So it's a little bit more stylized, obviously. Hey, focus, little friend. Oh, sorry. Okay, I have to get my fat face out of the frame. That's the problem. So just so pretty, isn't that? Oh, I love it. It's like a road leading into fall. It's the autumn road. So funny. Okay, where is autumn road though? I think that's on the last one. Little fuzzies everywhere. Okay, here we go. Autumn road. Experience comfort with this sun-backed earthy blend. Cocoa, hints of coffee, patchouli, and wood merge to capture the essence of fall. This is another very masculine scent. Like, I really think that someone was thinking that they like some men's cologne scents. This is so interesting though, you guys. This is, like, this fragrance is fascinating to me. I totally get that cocoa note, and it seems so different, somewhat strange to me to pair like a manly men's scent with like cocoa. Like I would never think to put the two together, but that works really well in this one. There's patchouli in here again, but the patchouli that's in here is softer than the Velo for sure. So your top notes are oriental and cocoa. Your mid notes are coffee and nutmeg. Your base notes are patchouli and wood. This is oddly earthy and perfumey at the same time. Not oddly in a bad way, just this is very distinct. I kind of like this. I can smell the coffee in there too, and that this is one of the ones where like you smell each individual note. I feel like several of these scents are really good this time around for being able to like pick up all the individual notes. Sometimes with the Kringle candles, I can only pick out like a couple of things that really stand out to me. But these, for whatever reason on Cold Sniff, like you can really detect each of the notes. I'm just kind of in love with what that cocoa is doing in here. It's very, very interesting. And then the last one, of course, there has to be an apple scent, right? So this is Apple Love, and it's got a little basket of apples that have spilled out, and I don't know, I'm sure a toddler did this because this is totally something a toddler would do, but there's a bite missing from this apple. It's in the shape of a heart. Now, my toddler back in the day, she's not a toddler anymore, but like Stella loved doing this. Like she would love to take an apple and just take one bite, and then she'd put it back in the bowl. And then she'd take another apple. She'd take another bite. Man, Craig and I loved that when we would go to get an apple and there would be bites taken out of it. This is a very interesting apple, you guys. I am so excited to hear what you guys think of a lot of these scents. Now, this Apple Love smells very perfumey to me on Cold Sniff. So there is nothing like the sweet smell of Mama's fall baking. The combination of apples, elderberries, and sugared fruits will make you feel right at home. Your top notes are sweet apple. Emphasis on the sweet apple. I think this is one of the sweetest apple scents that I have stuck my nose in. Elderberries and lemon. Your mid notes are sugarcane, tangerine, farm stand blackberries. Your base notes are strawberry. There is absolutely strawberry in here. That's the second thing I noticed. Pomegranate and cherry blossom. So much going on here. It's a very, very sweet apple. Is it like a honey crisp? I don't know. Very like it makes my mouth water. Like it's that kind of apple scent. For sure, there's that lemon in there. I can smell the lemon. Tangerine. Yeah, there's the citrus for sure. Cherry. I don't think it's really cherry blossom. It's almost like a cherry note. And strawberry for sure. Pomegranate, not so much. Sweet, sugar cane for sure. There's a sweetness to this. And I don't really get much in the way of berries, but this is the most interesting apple scent that I think I've smelled. It's very unique. I like it though. This is one that I could also see myself starting to burn now. So I think what I might do is probably start with my safest bets, which would be Morning Cartoons and Apple Love. So I will get to burning these here over the next few days, but stay tuned tomorrow. I will film the all of the country candles as well. So I have all of those. Here's a little sneak peek for you. There is a buttered croissant. Okay, I will leave you with that reaction. So please make sure that you are subscribed if you are new. Give this video a thumbs up and check out the link below. All of these fragrances are now available for purchase at Kringle. And let me know if you decide to pick anything up. Let me know what you're really excited about from the soy candle line. And stay tuned tomorrow for my thoughts on all of the country candles as well. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.